Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Ginseng glaze lily, please. Half a pound.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
You.
Thank you.
She's
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how can you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains! That proves it! Paimon knew she was an adeptus!
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition!
Nanti
And now we're probably
gak
super
mabar weh.
behind
Go
because
open,
we've been
cowok.
held up
Go
for
open,
so
go
long.
open.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Go open.
Yep!
Lagi
You
cheat
can
chamber
ask
nih.
Ningguang any question you want if you win!
Sorry, Cak. Gue mau lihat
Were you
momen
interested
epic nih,
in the
Cak.
contest too, Shenhe?
Apakah ada momen
I came
epic?
for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be clapped. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then,
Vito! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Ameng, Jo Ameng.
but I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Chorus, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plastrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baiju, what are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How can Lady much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't...
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called...
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, sunset vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all sunset vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay, then. Let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Ameng ya ameng. Waduh, lama nggak main ya, jadi nge-freeze HP ini. Aduh. Aduh. Padahal tadi gua ke warnet tapi lu nggak, kalau gua di warnet tadi nggak ngelek-ngelek. Sorry, tadi gua itu sibuk. Habis maghrib ini aja ada waktu luang buat main Genshin.
Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
Ameng, ameng.
Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu. Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon,
Traveler
please
ya.
wait a moment. Sure. I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Dari jam 2 sampai jam
Have you
9.
ever heard of sunset vermilion?
Gue jam segitu itu, Cok.
Oh, I see. So
Sibuk.
you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
Jam 9 tadi sekolah.
Do you
Terus lanjut sampai jam 12, terus istirahat gitu kan.
The Feiyun Commerce Guild is in
Habis
possession of some
zuhur
sunset vermilionite,
kita
but only one
hutan.
piece. We are holding it on behalf
Bantu
of someone
apa
who
ya,
has asked
berkebun,
us to
Jo.
put it up for auction. And a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring
Berkebun.
about the price.
Apa namanya?
At the end of the day,
Bertani,
it all comes
bertani.
down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm
Bertani
guessing the
bisa.
final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
500
Tadi malam gue streaming ngantuk banget. Loh, apa tuh?
Honestly,
Lah,
I
gue
would
sekolah
recommend
kan
that you don't
Sabtu.
bother bidding on this
SMA,
one.
Cok.
The
SMA
price
nggak
is greatly
nggak itu.
inflated, and
Nggak
it's
full
just
day.
not
Kalau
worth
full
it.
day bisa Sabtu libur.
without any sunset
Tapi nggak full day soalnya masih corona kan.
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard
Tapi
of Sea
full
Gazer?
day udah nggak berlaku lagi sih di sekolah kami.
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some sunset vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, the
Suara gue
abode
jelas
was
gak sih?
abandoned, and its location was lost to
Gak
time.
jelas kah?
Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after
Malas ngomong,
cross-referencing them
anjir.
against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful with him being an Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
Let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
Xingqiu. Oke. Mana lagi? Tuh ngepres dong. Gak enak bet. Wih, 6 orang yang nge-lag. Nice lah. 5 penonton, mantap.
Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there?
Gue rada-rada lupa aja sama tempat ini.
The Sealy got to here and then disappeared.
Wow. It's magic, bro. Hah? Apa tuh?
Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here? Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see! Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the clouds?
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism.
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are.
Oke. Waduh, gak bisa ganti grafik ya. Senher 5791. Nobles semua ya. Anjay, C3 cok. Sabi lah ya. Sini bro. Nice, satu lagi.
Fourth, my blade.
Oh ini. Kenapa? Final lo nah. Oke, satu. Oh ini lawan itu kah? Waduh. Lah, oh di atas tuh.
Swift and merciful.
Manifest! Unleash!
Begitu doang. Uy.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Retribution!
I'm going in! By ordinance divine. Submit! It's nothing. The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance. Obey! Unleash!
Badah.
Whoa! We're gonna fall!
Su.
Is everyone okay? Look! The Celia disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first. Your life is mine. Don't waste my time.
One with my blade.
Gila dia channel. Belum cowok, masih channel. Masuk.
Obey! Unleash! Give up!
Waduh.
Do your master's bidding! You will regret this! I'm going in!
A touch of frost.
It's nothing!
Senjata WGS gila dah. Sabi lah ya.
Obey! Manifest! Don't waste my time. Your life is mine. It's nothing. Teamwork is dreamwork.
One with my blade.
Give up.
Pedes banget ya.
Unleash.
Penuh cok, present gue penuh.
Manifest.
Present aku penuh. Itunya 5 lagi juga batunya itu.
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. So high. Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended.
Nih cok, lihat cok. No. 160. Terus kita lihat. Nah nih 4. Nih udah 4. Kirain 5 cok.
Hey! That seal's on the move again. Let's catch up with it. Huh. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Iya cok, kalau bisa jangan sampai benar. Tapi mau gimana lagi cok, kita nge-quest dulu. Amin.
Spirit blade. Attack. Swift and merciful.
By ordinance divine.
Time for retribution.
I'm going in.
Oh iya lupa. Waduh.
Unleash. life is mine. Give up. Do your master's bidding.
Submit for judgment. Verdict is...
Manifest! It's nothing. Let's light it up!
Ntar Cok.
Everybody stand back!
Aduh.
Give up.
One with my blade. Burn!
Obey! Unleash!
Spirit blade. Attack!
It's nothing. I'm going in! Cryo incarnate!
Verdict is... Submit for judgment.
Don't waste my time. Your life is mine.
Apa tuh? Tunggu Cok, apa tadi komenannya tuh? Kalau pengen ki karakter lu harus habisin risanya biar karakter atau senjata talent atau artefak. Oh iya Cok, benar-benar. Makanan kita ada apa aja?
Look, over there! Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Ameng, kita naikin apa ya hari ini? Hari ini buka apa aja ya? Oh ini ya buka. Jadi ya yang balap sama god.
Is this it? Is this the sunset vermilionite? It's so huge! That's true, but then again, why isn't it
Plaustrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones. Only after being activated does Plaustrate reveal its true nature. Breaking free
Wow, Shenhe. You
only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time, I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come.
hold on a sec. Paimon just if we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up in. But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock.
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure?
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plaustrate sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right. Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything. But if something this, you gotta be extra careful when lifting.
Is it now? I'll go on ahead with the Plaustrate. Let's.
Nice.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself? Huh. Adepti super
Anjir udah hilang, Cuk.
We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Duh, kok rame rumah gua, Cok. Harusnya gua sama keluarga, bukannya ngeliat main Genshin. Kamu main Genshin, anjir. Kita tukerin dulu sama konden, sama batu. Nah, nice. Oh iya, ganti grafik ini. Nah, biar mulus kan. Kan enak kalau kayak gini. Oh, di chamber ya. Salah ya. Emang di atas, anjir.
Oh my god, I can't believe. How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's gotta be one of those.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations! I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here.
Shenhua, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found?
In truth, it is the finest piece of... If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of
Oh, di
construction.
chamber itu
As
batu
a side
ya.
note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby
bawah
area
ya.
to serve as accommodations for the contest. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there's...
Shenhua, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strict. Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from...
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too.
But I am not...
Shenhua?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that...
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we...
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place.
You can't do that. It's dangerous. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed.
Okay.
Great! Now we're talking.
Waduh, istirahat nih. Jangan di end kah? Baru tahu coba kalau ada tempat kayak gini. Baru ke
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. So, business is booming for me today. Very...
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room... Here are your keys. All right.
Shenhua, you should go get some rest. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a Let's buy one for Shenhua too. She can have it as a...
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door. Mm-hmm.
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
Kepal.
It's nothing.
Guys,
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhua too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhua feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking...
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adept?
Don't all Adepti have a...
On this latter point, you are correct.
Oh, right. Wait, what? Paimon neither. This is a...
Do you mean to say that she presents...
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger.
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile. Both fit that she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhua might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, once...
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practice. However, Her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, red ropes have indeed served to keep her.
Waduh.
It is only by fate that people's
Kok
paths
dingin.
may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours,
Kalian udah
please be
misi
sure
ini
to
kah?
treasure the gift that fate has given you. And take...
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is...
Nice. Mana lagi nih?
So, Shenhe isn't an adeptus after all.
8 dari 12.
Hey, so, Shenhe.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you. So I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my... After all, Master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole...
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience trying to... Still, though you mistook me for an adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real... Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and...
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other... But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the... After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find it. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhe. Try it. They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky!
Waduh, peak moment kah?
But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bylin! And hey, Beto! And hey! Person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade...
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
Why one moment. I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto, you're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who made it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is, sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have to be honest with you all. I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plaster.
Wow.
Ada usah. Ikaw udah min
Looks
HP ti.
like the three
Kencing
of
longnya.
us are competitors now.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help her win.
In that case, I have a Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us.
Sounds great, but how does it change things exactly?
I think I see where you're The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so how'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw material.
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent...
Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go...
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about it's called The Divine...
Waduh, kirain nyambung filmnya aja asik. Apa bedanya anjir? Master Zhang di mana, Cok? Kalau nggak salah di sini ya. Cok. Terzang di sini kan.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Oh ini zoo ya. Sahang di sini kayaknya. Oke cuy, kita udahan dulu cuy, soalnya nih lagi itu cok. Aduh, kemana? Kita off dulu cok. Thank you. Makasih semua. Thank you guys ya. Thank you.